Welcome back to my channel, my crystal kings and queens. So it has definitely been a minute, and unfortunately it's just due to the timing of everything. I have so much going on. I'm currently trying to end off my semester, and I'm doing a bunch of other projects and whatnot, so I've not been able to get to you all as quick as I would have liked to initially, but I am here now. So please, please, please forgive me. I miss you all so very much, and thank you for having patience with me and just bearing with me. So let's go ahead and get into this video, because this video I've been wanting to do for so long. It's beyond insane, but of course I've had to collect all of my research, and I still feel like I don't have enough. So ultimately I'm just going to give you what I got, and then if I feel like I need to come back and do a part 2, then I'll do that. Another disclaimer, I have not gone crystal shopping like I want to in a very long time. Actually, bit of a query behind that. I kind of just really well, I don't want to. I am going to. I need to. Well, yes, I do. I do want to. Anyways, you probably like, what is she talking about? So I haven't gone crystal shopping because really I don't want to, go out to the crystal shops or the crystal stores. I want to wait until our next gem show gets here, which literally won't be here until another month from now. So I'm just saving up all of my money for the crystal show, because last year's crystal show was just beyond insane, and I could not believe that I've been missing it for all of my life. So the fact that we actually have one that comes here in Jacksonville, Florida, and I went there for the very first time last year, I'm like, I'm not spending another dime in a crystal shop. I'm just going to wait until the gem show comes here. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Y'all see I got a little cute setup here. I just wanted to be, I want it to be a little different today. A little cute, you know what I mean? But let me go ahead and just really get into this for real, because it's just long awaited. So today's video, as you have already read by the title or seen by the title, whatever, it is going to be on, oh my god, if I don't knock my entire setup over, it's about Akashic Records. And what do you know, I am using one of my most absolute favorite crystals in my entire crystal collection. So that is my wonderful amethyst point. Her name is Story, if you have not met her already. I love her very, very much. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this, because I'm doing too much now. So if you don't know, I've mentioned before that a royal family member had to actually bring it to my attention that Story had a few special qualities about her that were unseen to me or were a bit unrecognized. And they are the record keepers. She has a ton of record keepers, and it's not just any type of record keeper. It's actually one of the most rare record keepers that she has. So if you are unaware, record keepers are they're forms of triangles. So triangles that form within a crystal. It may be seen, on the sides, within the actual points of the crystal, like whatever. It's just triangles that are seen all over a quartz crystal in specific. So any type of quartz crystal, citrine, carnelian, rose quartz, smoky quartz, clear quartz, amethyst, they're all found. Record keepers can be found in those types of crystals. Excuse me. So basically, just as the name states, record keepers, they keep records. And again, they come in forms of triangles. They are known to hold what are considered to be Akashic records. And those, quote unquote, are said to be placed there by Atlanteans, Lemurians, or just Mother Earth itself. You know how I feel about it. I feel like just the good Lord Jesus just placed it all here for us. But, neither here nor there. That's my belief. Anyway, again, they're only found in certain types of crystals, but because of the quartz crystals hexagonal systems, they're only found in quartz crystals. I'm sorry, y'all see my little piece of paper here. Like, I had to keep a ton of notes, so forgive me. I'm just, if I sound a little robotic or whatever the case is. Anyway, they because of their systems, because of their hexagonal systems, they are only found in the quartz type of crystals. Now, it is very rare, but it is not impossible if you feel like you've come across a record keeper in, let's say, a ruby type of crystal, or any crystal such as that on forward, or whatever the case be. So it's rare, but it is definitely possible. So if you feel like you've seen that, trust me, you are not tripping. You're not being lied to. People say no, they don't exist, those type of crystals don't have it. That is very untrue. So if you come across one of those, you are indeed very, very special. They select only a certain few, and if you are one of those people to get that, then you are highly blessed, in my opinion, because these are just really historical type of gifts, along with crystals in general. So that's how I feel about it. Again, moving on. Let's see, where was I wanting to go next? Okay, so there are different types of record keepers. Now, Story has two types, and you may have gotten a glimpse of a few right there already. And then there is one in particular I'll probably have to find without looking through the camera. It's like right here in this little section. Oh, matter of fact, there goes the light. You'll see one. So here's one of the few right here. And then, of course, we have the other. You know what? Let me wipe this down, because I want you to be able to see without a ton of my fingerprints. Here's the second type. They're like all over the place, and I'm just absolutely in love with it. I'm absolutely in love with this crystal in general. You already know how I feel about it. But yeah, there's two types that I have, basically. But ultimately they're about, let me see, 1, 2, 3, I guess 3 types of record keepers. So you have the raised record keeper, which is just the regular or the standard record keeper, which is the most common. Those crystals, yeah, right. Those record keepers are said to raise your cellular memory. So if you are, let's say, meditating, and let's say, for instance, I'm just for an example, just as an example, if you run your finger over that part of the crystal, that raised record keeper, the raised triangle, then it helps you, or during meditation, it helps you tap into that cellular portion of your mind. It also gives you personal information about your genetic makeup, your lineage, ancestors, anything that may trigger you. If you're wanting to find out more about yourself, it's said that the raised triangles, the raised record keepers, the more common ones, are what helps you tap into all of that. So that's a little bit of information on the raised record keepers, but ultimately it gives you past information, because it's just the more standard. Now, all record keepers give you information in general, period, point blank. It helps you tap into the Akashic records. It's just which part of it is what you're here to find out. So that's just a little info there. The next set would be, well, you know what? Because I did mention the raised, right where I was pointing to, where the light shines on it. that is a raised triangle, a raised record keeper right there. I did have a pin just in case. Let me uncap it so that you can actually see what I'm talking about. But I'm sure because I'm able to see it, you should be. And it kind of looks like two. So here's actually a bit of a triangle here, right there. I'm like really gonna, I hate when I write on my crystals. I really don't like that. But then again, we have our actual raised one right here as well. So yay, we got lucky. 2 raised triangles, or one a little sunken in, which is actually the next one that I was going to go ahead and get into. So you have your raised record keepers, and then you have your sunken record keepers. So those would be the triangles that sink into the crystal, more like things such as this. However, this is, like I was mentioning earlier, this is the more rare type of sunken record keeper, and that would be the trigonic. So in general, and I think I'm moving a little ahead of myself, but no, probably not really. Gosh, I'm sorry, y'all. Give me just a second, because like I done wrote all over my over my crystal, and y'all know I don't like stuff like that. Oh my gosh, like it's really bugging me and bothering me. Trying to pinpoint my little upward pointing record keeper, my raised record keeper. Sharing with you all a bit of knowledge here. But yeah, so I still didn't really do a great job wiping that off. But yeah, so this is the more rare type of record keeper, and that would be the trigonic. So those are the sunken triangles. You see I have little baby ones there, that one. This is nearly there, but then you see it kind of flows to the side and has a bit of a excess portion here. The one that I really was into, that's a pretty cool one, but there is one that I was like really digging. Oh, I think I found it. Let me uncap my pen again. Forgive me, y'all, I really did not come prepared, aside from just having my whole setup right, and fingerprints all over the place. So here's the one that I was really looking at first. Let me wipe this off. Alright, so bam, there we are. That was the first that actually caught my attention of my trigonic record keepers, or what others may consider a trigonic quartz. It is an amethyst, but it's also still known as a trigonic quartz. But you know, I have them all over, and it's so freaking amazing. Oh my gosh, fingerprints. Y'all, I'm so sorry, but I'm like, I really would love to be able to show you this without all of my DNA all over it, right? But anyway, yeah, so there's so many of the trigonic triangles, some that, you know, flow to no limits, just infinitely down like a little triangular waterfall. And then you have some that are just really deep within, thinking about it. And then you got some that form as sunken, and then some that form raised crystals. Raised triangles as well. So it's like a 2-in-1 for me, and I just find that really, really unique, really neat, and I absolutely love it. So that's where I'm at with that. It's just they're all over. I love that. You know, just great. Trying to see, do I see any others within this camera? Like, I'm really looking through the camera, y'all. I'm pretty sure there's more, obviously, but of those that you can actually see. See, here's another one. Sunken, bam, right there. They're just all over. The story has a very unique historical story to tell. Isn't that great? More Trigonic record keepers over here. And then if you can notice, again, let me wipe her off. If you can notice, like I just actually recognized, she actually has, I don't know if you can really see that, but she actually has imprinted triangles within her, which is so cool. Like I don't know if you can really tell, but it's like, it almost looks like a tree, the way it goes down. It's like zoom, 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 that type of thing. Yeah, that's really cool. Forgive my onomatopoeias, y'all. Taking y'all back to school with me. Yeah, so, and look, they're all over here as well. She has imprints all over, and that's so neat. Up here, up here. She just has everything. And I just find it really, really cool. She has an awesome story to tell. So, dang, this video is really long already, huh? Anyway, I'm sure y'all don't mind. I've been gone for a minute, so you all deserve it. And maybe a little bit over here. Nah, not really too much. Okay, so let me go ahead and just explain the whole Trigonic situation. So again, they are the most rare of the record keepers, and to be quite honest, I don't believe because of its rarity and because of the type of record keeper that it is, or quartz that it is, they don't really consider it a record keeper. It's considered something outside of the record keeper. So it's like in its own category. It's its own thing. So the Trigonic record keeper, or the Trigonic quartz, they are, again, the sunken downward triangles. They are very difficult to find, and again, the most rare. They access future information, the Akashic records going forward. They capture everything that we've yet to see, everything that is yet to come. That's what the Trigonic record keepers capture. That's what they're about, and I'm so lucky and pleased to have this, to have even found this. I'm very grateful for the family member that pointed this out to me a very, very long time ago. And I'm like, geez, every time I play story into one of my videos, I'm like, I'll mention it, but I don't get to really, speak on it because I don't have much information about it. I just know I want to get it out there. I want you all to hear about it. And again, forgive me for bringing her in and out the visual, having to wipe her off. Like, my DNA is just everywhere. Feeling like Kendrick Lamar over here, okay? Anyways, low-key, no pun intended. Let me see. You know what? I actually want to read you all something out of a book I have. You all know about, well, you may or may not know about it, but the Book of Stones. I'm using that book as a reference, so I'm just going to read from the insert here on Trigonic crystals. I'm going to try to place this down without like really shifting the whole display. So it might sound very redundant, but y'all just pretty please bear with me. Just want to give y'all, information for those of you who are, trying to get knowledge on record keepers, but haven't really seemed to haven't been able to locate, any information on it in regards to, let's say, YouTube. So if you need the info, my channel is here for you. All right, so let me go ahead and read what it says here. So the trigonic triangles, they point down away from the termination. This is the means by which, excuse me, sorry. This is the means by which to identify crystals of trigonic quartz, which are far rarer than record keepers. However, what's important about them are the energy and information available through them. So trigonic quartz, or quartzes, as they have it labeled here in the book, are crystals of transitions, dwellers, on the liminal threshold between worlds. They allow one who attunes to their vibration to see and travel into the visionary realms beyond death. Now, let me stop right there. First of all, that sounds pretty cool, but for me, that also sounds a little scary. I don't know if a lot of you lucid dream or astral travel or, anything in relation to that, or if you're clairvoyant and, all of those very, very interesting things or qualities, or I don't know what you call it, but I'll say specialties maybe. I just find that I've always found it very, very interesting to begin with in general. Like, I'm a very knowledgeable person, as I mentioned before, so I'm open to learning new things. I do have my limits, however, but that that sounds a little scary to a person who's never had to, delve into any of those type of things. So if, let's say I'm meditating, just in my prayer time or whatever, and something like that were to happen with me or to me, I'm not sure how I'd really react. On my birthday a few years ago, I had a very personal conversation in spirit, and so many things opened up to me, so many new things, and you have to be very, very careful with what you let in. And that for certain, after that prayer, after that talk, after that meditation and moment, I knew that a lot of things for myself just would not be the same. So I have to learn to be very, very careful with how far I go, what I do, and what I concern myself with. I can't say that this would be a terrible thing, going into realms beyond death, but that's just not an area that I'm really too curious to insert myself in, or bother myself with. It might be a bit much for me to handle, but for others, you or some may be stronger than me, much stronger than I am, and you may be able to handle that. I don't think I would be able to, though. Anyway, back to the reading. They are ideal for practitioners of shamanism who must frequently visit the other world on behalf of their clients, retrieving lost soul parts, dispelling negative entities, and sometimes fighting for the lives of those under their protection. Trigonic quartz provides both access and a measure of protection to those working with it in this way. But this is not the only door it opens. Pause. What? That's not the only door. See that right there? It's like, it sounds like a gift, but it sounds like it could be a curse at the same time. Like, that kind of scares me. It just really does, to be quite honest. But, it's neither here nor there. It's totally my opinion, only my preference for where I'm willing to go and like how far. So, I'm not as strong as many, and I'm not sure I'm willing to go that far without actually knowing what I'm getting into. There's so many things that we have no clue about, and the things that you could learn, I'm sure would change you in your life forever. You'd see things differently. Maybe that would be a part of what people say, or consider opening their third eye. for those of you who are really into the chakras or, you know, deep into all of that. So moving on, as record keepers provide access to events from the deep past of humanity and the earth, Trigonics give the seeker the keys to the future. This is an even more astonishing experience than viewing the past because the future is indeterminate. Pause right there. That's another thing. Like, I don't know if I want to know the future. I'm afraid. This sounds like a bunch of, I don't want to be pessimistic. Definitely not. I'm not being negative toward the situation. I think it's really, really awesome and cool, as a matter of fact. But again, there's just certain things that I don't want to know just yet. So I obviously have a lot of work to do with myself and to do with story, because there's so much. There's so much that she has access to. So many things that I could do with her. That is a bit intimidating. That's the word. I'm a bit intimidated by her right now. Like, she has a lot of power. She has a lot that she can do, and that's amazing, but it's probably too much power for me at the moment. So I'll have to work my way through that. Anyway, it flows towards us like a river of unlimited potential, and as soon as one defines an image from it, the future disappears. Trigonics teach us to open ourselves in a state of grateful anticipation to the unknown, undefined, unfettered, or unfettered, however you choose to pronounce that, possibilities of what can be without trying to conceptualize anything. This sort of absolute trust, giving oneself forward into the next moment with no way of knowing or controlling what will come, goes hand in hand with what is called enlightenment and the kingdom of heaven. Bam, right there alone, I am able to make an immediate connection. I know a lot of you can't really, I won't say that. Let me be very, very careful. A lot of you are very sensitive to my spirituality and to my belief. And for that, I respect you, and I will remain, my most cautious when speaking in this manner. However, you all know where I stand, and I'm all, again, about knowledge base and gathering information, wanting to know more, wanting to learn more, just wanting to do better for myself and others around me, for my life, wanting to prosper and all great things like that. So to know that this can connect me in such a sense that way is pretty cool. But again, I still, even concerning my spirituality, there's still so much more that I have to learn before I can either consider myself a pro or before I just jump into something without much understanding. You see what I'm saying? So that is an easy connection right there, and that's pretty awesome. I'm all for enlightenment, and that's just amazing to me. That's perfect. Moving on, and I promise I just won't stop. If anything, I'll keep it to the end. Meditating with a trigonic quartz can give one first a taste and ultimately a full portion of this feast of the world coming to be. One must learn to dwell in the heart and to override one's ingrained control programs to receive this gift, but the world of crystals offers none better. And those who practice this radical forgiving of oneself do great service to the world. Trigonics can occur, as I had mentioned earlier, in clear quartz, amethyst, citrine, or smoky quartz. Clear quartz offers the highest vibration. Amethyst enhances protection. Citrine increases mental clarity, and smoky quartz aids in grounding. So all of that while trying to access these Akashic records or trying to access past or present, even future information. And that's another thing that I forgot to mention about trigonics, because they're really great with accessing your present times as well. It's just such a special characteristic to have within a quartz, or within a quartz type of crystal. I said I wasn't going to stop, but I lied. Sorry. Anyway, trigonic quartz can be used with any other stone, and its capacities, will not diminish. Rather, it will magnify what the other stones offer. So, there you have it. This has been a 30-minute long video. Oh my God. But I'm just so happy to be able to have done this video. And again, I've been gone for so long, so I'm pretty sure you all don't mind anyway. Or, you know, you probably do, because you're like, okay, dang, where are the other crystals at? Or where are the videos that we actually really want to see? And I apologize, but I really had to get this out here because it's not been bothering me, but it's been really sitting heavy on my spirit. And I want to know so much, and I want to do so much, but of course it's within its own perfect timing. I can't rush anything. I have to do it as it comes. That way it comes out right and appropriate. But, you know, of course, we all have our own ways of doing things in our own timing, of course. And again, I'm just really happy to have had Story to make such an awesome appearance into today's video. I really love her. I've been carrying her around for a few days because obviously I've been trying to do this video, and I'm like, when can I do it? I need the right time. And I hope that you all can enjoy this as much as I did, just simply gathering the information. And there's still so much more that I want to learn about it. But if you all have any record keepers, if you know of any record keepers, if you've seen them, you know, if you've experienced any crazy phenomena or whatever with your record keeper, or friends, whatever, if you even gifted someone a record keeper and didn't know, or you've been gifted one, let me know. Like, I'm really curious to hear about everyone's stories. I want to know, you know, what's happened, how do you handle dealing with record keepers? Like, let me know, let me in. I really would like to know. Again, it's such a powerful thing. I think record keepers are just as powerful as finding in hydro bubbles within crystals. Like, I just believe that they're so great and they're so amazing. It's just, crystals in general are just a historical monument, and for us to even be able to carry these things around just blows my mind constantly. So to be in possession of not only one but many type of historical monuments is just beyond me, beyond my words, beyond my imagination and thought process. So to have record keepers, and I actually had another little amethyst quartz that had two record keepers, or one record keeper in it, and I cannot locate it. It's actually, I don't know if I've mentioned it before. I have a video about it, about crystal faces and things like that, or whatever. It's my amethyst that has the snow leopard in it. She has a record keeper within her, maybe one or two, and I just cannot locate her for the life of me right now. So I have to go on the hunt. But yeah, to have crystals with record keepers in them, crystals with 400 million year old water, like water bubbles, moving water bubbles in them, is amazing. So I just say, you know, spend time with your crystals. Sometimes others are able to see what you aren't. Some things may not be good, you know, what others see, but it's all on you. I feel like, you know, as long as you know your focus, your purpose, your intentions with your crystals, I feel, you know, don't waste time being bothered with any negative input on your crystals. It's all about you and that crystal. You know, now is the time to reconnect with them all. Try to connect with your crystal and see where it takes you. I am learning that right now, learning to reconnect with my crystals, and it is everything to me. Spending time thinking about them, wanting to learn more, getting more information about them. It's just a great process. So again, this video has been super duper long. I apologize with the utmost heartfelt regards. I don't know. But thank you all for listening to me. Thank you for just sticking it out with me, taking this journey with me. I love you all so very, very much. Let's all continue to grow and prosper, you know. Be healthy, stay loving, be kind, laugh a lot, enjoy yourself, enjoy life. And, you know, just remain positive throughout it all. No matter what, it'll all be okay. So I love you all. Crystal kisses and royal blessings. Have a blessed rest of your day.